Hey there. It's been a while since I've put anything out, and there's a reason for that. Um, I have been busy moving the tiny house up to a piece of property I acquired, and a big thing I wanted to mention. I mean, there's a lot of big stuff going on. I should preface with it is September 27th, 2021. I am in northern Kenai Peninsula, Alaska. I was at the southern Kenai Peninsula, Alaska, and I've been building that tiny house, living in somebody's driveway, a good friend who let me stay there while the construction was going on. And I got it mostly done. I mean, it's about 90%. And it was time to get out. Winter coming on, and no reason for me to be in somebody else's driveway. So, that being said, last December, I'd been looking for property for several years, a couple of years, in the southern Kenai Peninsula, and uh, there just wasn't anything in my budget. I'm making money, but I'm not making like oodles of cash, and I don't have credit. I don't have a credit card. I've got debit cards, and I guess my credit score is 700 and something. So it's not terrible. I just don't have it. I don't have any loans. I have no car loans. I've got no home loan, no student loans, no credit card bills, um, nothing like that. So I just don't have established credit, and I couldn't get a loan for a house. I tried several places, and they were like, "Nope, you don't have 2 years worth of." Well, I guess I had verifiable income with my massage business and my Airbnb management business that I do, but I didn't have open lines of credit, revolving credit, and that's what they wanted to see. And so I got pretty defeated. I was looking around my area for years, and I just couldn't find any piece of property that suited the bill. I was aware of owner financing. I'd done owner financing in the past, and that's where a lot of times you'll get a place, a piece of property vacant or even with a structure, but it's not bank financeable. So you'll get the owner will possibly entertain the idea of owner financing, and you come up with an agreement. You take it to a title company, and then the title company writes it up, and you make a deposit, and it's a deposit you agree upon. And the homeowner or the property owner takes on the responsibility of carrying that debt. And then you have the title company set up an escrow account, and you agree on a price per month. So I was looking around for owner finance properties, and I did find a few, but they weren't ideal. They were really, really remote. I'd have to snow machine or four-wheeler in every single time I wanted to leave or come back to the property, which some people might really like. I've done it in the past. It's when you're trying to ride that line between total off-grid wilderness living, self-sufficiency, and still have some semblance of a job. And I'm separated from my wife, and we share custody on kids 50-50. There's a lot, you're traveling back and forth, and I still have a job. I have a business to run that I need to physically be there for. I can't have people come do massages in the middle of the wilderness, and brave four-wheeler or snow machine trek, miles in every single time. So it wasn't practical. And the other thing was fresh water. Where I was looking at in my neighborhood down in southern Kenai Peninsula, a lot of ocean water, and there's some surface water. There's creeks, and the wells were hit or miss. Majority of the wells in the area are terrible, and a lot of people don't even bother putting in a well because of the strata of the material is heavy with coal seams. Which is great for, mining some coal and burning it in your wood stove, but it's terrible to run a well through because there's arsenic and there's terrible flavors, and you get a lot of iron and minerals, and sometimes it's silt. We had a well at a previous place, and it was old and abandoned, and I went to see if we could have it flushed back out, and had a water company come and the well company and backflush the well out and blow it out and see. And then they did some turbidity tests, and it was just silt. They said it would never clarify. It would just continually clog up or destroy the pumps, and you need an expensive filtration system, and even that you're still not going to get good water. So it didn't make sense to owner finance a place where I'd have to either have water hauled in or completely rainwater catchment. And the places with creeks on them, man, I didn't find any of those that were owner financeable, even close to my budget. So I wound up looking on Zillow, and one night I cracked open a beer. I started digging on Zillow a little bit, and I expanded my search to outside of my area, and opened my mind and my ideas. The idea that there could be something else out there, maybe a little ways away. Well, 2 hours away, and a place that I had never considered before, was a piece of property on a lake, freshwater lake, access by road, that is maintained right to the property. There's power, but I'm Strongbow off the grid, so I'm choosing not to do power. I'm providing my own. And I've got cell service, really good cell service. There's a nice tower not too far away, and it's in a part of the state where really good economic opportunities and groceries. There's a Home Depot less than an hour away. So the owners who had it listed with a real estate agent never said anything about owner finance. And I threw it out there. I called the real estate agent and I said, hey, I'm interested in this piece of property. Would the owners consider owner financing? It was a vacant piece of land. Had a kind of a big dip ravine right off the road, and then a hill up to the property, and then it dipped down a little bit, and then beautiful lake frontage. Not even quite an acre. I think I'm about 3/4 of an acre here. Obviously, I got it because I'm saying I'm in the present tense here with it. The owners came back with, sure, we would be entertaining the idea of owner finance. What does he want to offer? And I'll tell you what I offered. I offered $5,000 down and $400 a month. And I'll tell you, the property, the value of it, the purchase price was less than $30K. And they said, okay, because I knew that that's what I could afford. Even if, I could afford more, but why bother? Why not take the rest of the money and put it into building and infrastructure, right? And should something go wrong, I mean, it's October, or I should say September, end of September 2021. We all know what's going on in the world. It's pretty crazy. So I was able to obtain early this spring a piece of property, a little less than an acre, and I have beautiful lakefront on a lake that is amazing. And I'm going to pan over to it right now. And there's loons on this lake. There's definitely minnows. We haven't found any bigger fish yet. We're going to hit it for bigger fish, but this lake is my new home, and I've gotten the tiny house up here, which is up the hill there, and I have been in a mad dash to get all the dirt work done that I can do before it freezes. So right now, at the end of September, the past week, it's been every morning there's been a hard frost, and the first inch of ground has been frozen every morning. It's warmed up into the high 40s, low 50s during the day, melts it off probably around 11, 12 o'clock, and then darkness comes in about 8 p.m., and by that time, it starts to freeze, and it's pretty frozen by midnight. So that's the mad dash right now. I've got most of the dirt work done, although the excavator that I rented from the rental company, I kept throwing the track off of it on the left side. I got it on a couple times, and I got it on by watching, by just knowing, because I watch those stinking mining shows, the gold rush shows and stuff like that, and as for entertainment, and I've seen them put the tracks on with chains and using the loader buckets and stuff like that. And that's how I got it on the first time. And now it's slipped off again. I called the rental company. They're going to help me out here with the price and stuff. But I was able to finish most of the work. And right now I am working on the sauna foundation, getting just the timbers and the pier blocks in and leveled before it freezes up. And that way I can do the rest of it. I can build the actual rest of the sauna even if it's frozen, because this will be done and leveled and ready to go. It's obviously not right now. I'm in the process of it. And you'll see these pipes sticking up. Where are we at here? Right there. I had this excavator. It's a mini excavator. It's nothing too crazy. I think it's an 11 or 12,000 pound excavator. And I dug down because I want to do a well. And I've got a lake right here. So I'm down near the lake. I'm probably about, I don't know, 30, 35, 40 feet off of the lake. A little bit of elevation, not much, maybe 8 feet or so. And so the reach on this excavator, I think, was close to 10 feet, 9 or 10 feet. And I've got a sand point, well tip, and associated pipe, and a hand pump, like a pitcher pump. And then my idea was to drive that thing in, but here we've got several rocks, softball size or fist size rocks. It's pretty prevalent. So I figured, hey, while I'm doing this foundation here, or digging this dirt out, scratching this out, why don't I dig down as far as I can dig with the excavator? I'll put in some PVC pipe. And that way, at least for the next 8 feet or so, this is 10-foot pipes and they're sticking out almost 2 feet. So about 8 feet of ground, I don't have to worry about hitting anything adverse for the sand point. And I'll tell you, I got down about 9 feet or so. It kept caving in, but the water was starting to seep in at the bottom. So if I can get it down maybe even just another few feet, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have water with the sand point and the pitcher pump. And I'll film that when I do that. But I put in a piece of 6-inch diameter PVC because at some point in time, I want to try doing one of these well drillers. See them online. They use an air compressor and a pressure pump. And try to get a bigger diameter well down there so I can use maybe a 4-inch pump and a DC source on it and pump water up that way. Well, anyways, for right now, that's where we're at. And a couple of things here. I had to, well, I didn't have to, I wanted to. Built a clubhouse, mostly done for my kids. And I got the dock in there and a couple kayaks and a canoe. They are fun, and part of life and living this life is having fun. And there's a lot of construction and things that are going to need to happen real soon here, and that's a good place for the kids to hang and do their thing, so they're not right underfoot, and gives them something to do. I also have a trampoline, and I don't know if that's going to get in yet this year. There's a lot of leveling and tweaking with that thing in order to get it to go. So the snow's going to probably hit us here within the next 3 weeks. The ground could freeze any day, and the temperature could drop, and that could just be it till May. So then you're done with the groundwork. And that's just the way it is here in Alaska. The seasons change. It takes about 2 weeks. You get about 2 weeks between the season change sometimes. And then that's all she wrote. So, tiny house is in its new location, new home. Rental excavator that keeps throwing the left track. And I'm in a neighborhood. It's really a nice neighborhood. People aren't too close. There's my truck, one of them. And so here I'm working on getting this is going to be a shed and then a workshop area that's covered and where I can actually pull a truck into and work on it out of the weather. That's been a big one over the years. I'm sick and tired of dealing with mechanical stuff and adverse weather conditions out in a driveway. So it's not a garage, but it's definitely going to be a place I can put up my chop saw or my table saw and work on projects here, or move those out of the way and pull a vehicle in to do some work there. And yeah, that's about it for right now. The dog barking in the background. But freshwater, security, privacy, affordability, and access. It's got all of those things. So score. I've been thriving through this COVID thing and taking a sour apple and making applesauce, as they say. Built a tiny house right there last year and most of this year with my unemployment money and scratching out a few bucks here and there, and very thankful for that, and made some good decisions, and was able to use some of that other money, like working here and there, and then COVID money to get the land down payment. And now I'm able to have a place that is going to be paid off fairly shortly and is affordable, safe, and livable. It's going to have, yeah, all of the above. I'm going to work on the garden area here. Hopefully I can use this excavator and scratch out a spot for a little greenhouse in a garden before they come get it tomorrow. So maybe I'll film that later. For now, this is Strongbow, and I am officially off the grid at my place. So you guys can do it too. Anybody can do it. You just gotta put some plans into action and think outside the box, and don't be married to any single one idea. Being able to deal with adversity as it comes up and thrive through this. So it is possible. You just gotta have the right mindset. All right, everybody, take care. I'll talk to you later.